It's Brian from Tokyo Record Style saying what's up. I wanted to come on very quickly. I'm here in the center of Tokyo. I'm in a cool area called Akasaka. Actually, Akasaka has an interesting part in my history of coming to Japan. I accidentally came here thinking I was going to Asakusa. And anyway, I'm here to pick up my homie, Loren. I don't know how much I can talk about him. He's an interesting character who I've been hanging out with for a few days. Hey man,
Hello.
how's it going?
Hi.
Are where's the lock? We have yeah. I want to do a little quick thing. This one maybe goes on the other side.
Okay.
Maybe we do it. Or here. No, wait. We'll just move this stuff over here. It'll be easier to load in and out. Check these out. These are mine.
Oh, nice.
Aren't those hilarious? Just a second. Let me put those there. And then will that go in there? Yeah? How heavy is it? Okay, nice. Is that secure? Are we okay with that? Okay. Can we mention this or no? Yeah? Okay. So, yeah, I actually had one reason to come onto this live stream, but we'll go ahead and just go for it. So I'm joined right now by my new homie, Loren from LA.
Hello.
And we've been hanging out this is the third time we've gotten together. He's coming over from LA on his manyth time to Japan. He's connected to Japan through almost nearly as long as I have been. He said we got to know each other through the Tokyo Record Style sort of concierge record shopping service that I'm offering, and he said, oh, I was trying to give him some proper tour guide knowledge, and he was like, I've been coming here for a long time, and he kind of knew it, which is often the case with, they know Japanese, lots of people know Japanese history even better than I do. And he said, yeah, my first time I was here in 2007. I was here at Summer Sonic to see Daft Punk, and I was like, oh, I was at that show too. So Loren is here. I don't want to go on too long here, but Loren is here for a very, very interesting project. I'm very actually happy to share about. I know he's not secretive about this project, but it's in the pre-preview stages, basically, of this project. But Loren's in music world, and he's in production and management, and he also has been involved in this very interesting new product that's about to hit the market here. If it's kind of already semi-launched, but you want to mention it real quick?
Yeah. I was been hanging out with Brian. It's been great doing record shopping with him.
Nice.
But I am here because we are launching a they're in like the vinyl history community culture. There's some of the early DJs were using rotary mixers, which are kind of different from regular DJ mixers, and this really the only difference is that you have knobs instead of faders. So those are called rotary mixers, and they're really coveted by like a certain type of really deep digger type of DJ. People they're usually vinyl collectors. They're usually very knowledgeable. They usually have like a very distinct way of DJing, and those are the kinds of DJs that have like this really kind of different type of connection to music. They are the type of people who travel to buy records. They have like a really deep reverence for early DJ and digging culture. They have encyclopedic knowledge of music. So that being who me and a small group of friends are, we have a company called Cometa. It's an Italian and Portuguese word for a comet, and we developed a product that is called the Cometa M2, and it basically takes the concept of rotary mixers. You may know some by storied brands like Bozak and Yuri, some newer brands like the Japanese company Alpha Recording Systems. They make these really beautiful rotary mixers that were used in clubs in the 70s and are still coveted today. They have a very industrial design, and they're amazing. They're really beautiful pieces of technology and art, and we love those. And being DJs ourselves and being kind of design minded people, and also being like really serious, deep, high fidelity junkies, we wanted to kind of give our take on what we thought was a really nice interpretation of those. So we built the Cometa M2, which is kind of like a high fidelity approach to, and a design led approach to rotary mixers. So it's a 2-channel, all analog, fully Class A, fully discrete rotary club mixer. And we also call it a blending preamplifier, because not only is it built for the club, and Brian can attest to that because we've been throwing lots of parties here in Tokyo with some great DJs, and its nightclub chops are fully vetted, but also because it's so design forward, we had it designed by a Swiss industrial designer who was looking at Italian sports car concepts from the 60s. And because we're using parts that are usually found in really ultra high-end, high-fidelity equipment, like Cinemag transformers, like WEMA film capacitors, we have our own discrete op amp that we've developed for some of the gain stages, and there's 16 of those inside of the circuit, inside of the chassis. So really it's like a high fidelity design approach to those things. So even though it does club duty perfectly fine, and it's really great at that, when you take it into really deep listening kind of highly resolving systems that you find in people with, like, let's say $100,000 sound systems in their living rooms, which is not as uncommon as you might think. You know, I know some people who are fans or friends of Brian spend a lot of money on records because we're psychotic. So yeah, it's kind of built for those 3 applications. So for the club, for home blending preamp, for home deep listening, and also for listening bars or kissas. So
that's why he's here in Japan, because you find these. And thank you for sharing so much. I wasn't expecting you to go that deep into it.
Sorry, you get me started.
I feel very honored that because I don't really want to steal his own thunder, because there should be an official. I don't know how far along they are in the launching process, but there should be a dedicated video and a series and campaign to get this project off the ground. So I'm very touched that you shared that much. It's gorgeous, guys. It's a very, very gorgeous, very, very high. It's the nicest mixer that I've ever seen, basically. And it's a rotary mixer, and you will find them at the jazz kissa listening bars here in Tokyo. And I think that's Loren, you're planting some seeds here for maybe future visits, and maybe a couple of these mixers will find their way into some of these jazz kissas. And there's been one, he brought one here from LA. It's in the box. It's precious cargo for sure. We should have some extra insurance actually on the car here. But it's been really fun. I'm going to just ask you guys to go follow. I mean, I think a lot of this will go over some of your heads, but some of you it won't. And you guys should definitely look up Cometa. M2 is the model. I think it's the first of maybe more models, and it's a beautiful idea and a beautiful concept, amazing design, and it's worth just knowing about and worth looking into.
Yeah, and if you guys also are curious about the history, there's companies like Yuri and Bozak. Those are the 2 big early rotary mixers that kind of almost launched DJ culture. So because before that, people were, some of the early DJ situations were people using hi-fi preamps, like David Mancuso at the Loft was using a Mark Levinson preamp, and he had two Garrard or Thorn's turntables, and when he wanted to change between songs, he had this song playing, people would clap, and then he would press button for the next side for the other turntable, and that song would start. So rotaries were the first to allow you to blend between the 2 decks that you were using, or 2 or 3 or 4 decks that you were using. So I would say that if you're interested in that culture, go check out Yuri and Bozak and some of the modern iterations like Alpha Recording Systems. And then our company Cometa is just one more kind of really passionate crew pursuing those original ideals and doing it a little bit different, doing it our way. So Swiss designed, built in California, and we can't wait to share more with you guys.
Thank you very much. It's very, very generous of you to share so much. I feel really lucky and honored because it's been a fun. You've been here a week. I've been at a few of the events. There's been some like hi-fi listening events. There's been some like bar, like DJ bar kind of events. There was a awesome party at Bridge this week, and you can just see that people are really, really excited. Oh, we're really excited about it, and yeah, well, maybe you'll see some of my photos in a future campaign. We made some nice photos and heard some great DJs and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get my eyes here on the road, but I do want, the reason I came on was not this, but I feel very happy that we could talk about this. I actually was on a stream with Fitz of Fitz's Electric Bar and his pal Simon, both of whom used to live in Tokyo a long time ago, and we did a live session about the passing of Bob Weir, speaking of California, and those guys are like hardcore heads, and I used to go see the Dead back in the day, and I just saw that Fitz has got like it was a fun conversation, and I want to encourage anybody who's following the channel to like go over to Fitz's Electric Bar and go hit the like button on that stream and give Fitz some love and give Bob Weir some love. That's why I wanted to come on. But I'm very happy to have gotten to talk about Cometa, and right now we're gonna go actually audition it at a record store that's really curious about it. They're interested in hi-fi stuff, and then we're gonna run across. Well, I'll mention them actually. I think it's fine to mention. Yeah. There's a great record store in Ginza called Ginza Records. It's in the Hankyu department store. A very cool guy. Shin Kawa-san runs this awesome record store, and he's got a little hi-fi listening room at the Hankyu store, and about a year ago he opened a new shop in Kurumai, which is kind of like an up-and-coming neighborhood. And he was really curious. We just stopped by there to shop for records, and he was like, "Whoa, I want to hear it." He's privy to the fact that it's going to sound. I mean, these mixers that are out there available to us, selector dudes are showing up at little bars. They leave a lot of room for desire from an audiophile standpoint. So guys who have their ears really attuned to these things, there's nothing on the market quite like this product. So. I know he's very curious. And then we're going to go actually out to Physical Store, what's it called? Physical Store Organic Music. It's a little bit of a mouthful. That's Chi Shimizu's place. And she's a very well-known musicologist and DJ and author here in Tokyo. And he's got a Yuri mixer, and I think in his rig, and he'll know a little bit about it. And we're just like, I'm excited to like, have some overlap between my circles of homies here and Loren's, and music makes the world smaller. So
and if I sorry to hijack it, but speaking of Chi Shimizu and how music makes the world smaller, and just what you can expect like being in Japan or Tokyo, and how music kind of permeates everything here. One of my other like hobbies or interests is like sauna culture, and there's like recently in Tokyo there was some sort of manga that really exploded sauna culture for like a younger generation.
Sauna, we're talking about sauna, right?
Like,
not Sonic.
Sauna's like getting in a room and sweating with a bunch of guys kind of thing.
Wait, what was the manga that made it?
It's like Sado.
Yes. And so then where does this intersect with music? So
basically I went to this sauna. So there's been a lot of newer saunas that have been popping up that are kind of catering to a younger generation, because obviously Japan has their own bath and sauna culture with the onsens and everything. So this new kind of culture, new places are popping up, and I went to this one that I've kind of heard that had like a music element to it. So it had a bunch of different saunas, and one of the saunas was the sound sauna, and it had I walked in there, and it was just this really beautifully designed room, hot as hell, but inside they were playing really beautiful kind of Japanese minimal ambient type music. And if you are into that kind of music, the Japanese kind of school of that music has its own sound, and I believe Chi Shimizu actually did the sound design or the curation of the music in there. And I've never been into a sauna that had like 6 speakers and 4 subwoofers in it, and it was fucking
Wow,
phenomenal.
you gotta tell me about it. I'll drop when I get the details later. We'll drop them in the show notes.
Yeah, I believe the place is called Saunas, like plural, Shibuya, if anybody's interested.
Okay,
But,
wow, that's wicked cool, man. Well, that's Tokyo for you.
Yeah, definitely.
That's Tokyo for you. All right, I'm signing off, and we're gonna have some record-loving fun today. So thanks for tuning in. And if you want to know more about Loren or about Cometa, I'll get the info in the show notes before too long. So circle back, and until next time, we'll see you out there.
Bye, guys.
In the streets of Tokyo. Bye now. See ya. Go check out Fitz's stream. Go check out